we're working in PyCharm today, and we're just gonna, I'm assuming this is your first time either learning Python or you just want a little bit of a refresher. In Python, you can use the hashtag symbol to have notes throughout your code. So I'll do YouTube video. Now to print in Python, you can do the print command and then strings or numbers to the screen by using with brackets and apostrophes. So I'll do hello and we'll run it and we get hello to the console. You can also do this with numbers, Shift F10 to run the code without having to go up here and run. So that's a pretty basic command. You'll be using print a fair bit. Let's do a if statement now. So we can define a variable by typing a name. So we'll type, it can be anything at once. So we'll type YouTube and you put an equal sign, and what is YouTube going to be equal to? It can be a number or it can be a string. So we'll do a number and we'll go print YouTube and run it, and we get the 5 down the bottom there again, and we get the 10 down there again. You can add variables together, so the YouTube 1 equals 15, and we will go print YouTube plus YouTube 1, 25. Instead of typing out print YouTube plus YouTube 1, we can add the variables together before they get to the print function. So we'll go total equals YouTube plus YouTube 1. And then we can put inside here total. And this will print the total again. So we can change that. And there we go, 23. This can also be done with division, subtraction. Let's do something a bit harder. Let's use an if statement to give a certain result to the screen depending on what a variable is. So we'll go the variable equals 50. And we'll go if the variable is above or equal to 50, we will print the variable is above 50. And we can put an else clause down here. So if the variable is not equal to or above 50, we want the program to do something else. So we'll go print the variable is below 50. And we'll put this at 25, and you can see the variable is below 50. Let's talk about while loops. So while loops can be used for a game counter, for example. So we'll do game underscore counter equals 0. And while game underscore counter is less than 10, less than or equal to 10, we want to print the game is not over. And we want to define in this while loop a variable that will add to the game counter. So we can do game underscore counter and plus equals 1. So every time this goes through, it'll print the game is not over, and then game counter plus 1. So this 0 will go to 1, and then once this loops over again, it will go to 2 and then 3 until it gets to 10. So we run it, you can see it prints out. And this is a little bit of a shortcut in Python. You can also do it like this and it will show the same result. But honestly, this way is so much easier when you're writing a lot of code. And you can do the same for minus as well. That's going to go forever. We can also use a for loop to loop information in a list. So this is stating for E in list 1. So E is defining these numbers here, these integers. So for every time this loops, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we run it, it's just going to print out the list 4 times. In Python, we can use the range and length function, which are inbuilt. And what this is going to do is grab where the item is located in the list. So in Python, we start at 0 and then go 1, 2, 3. So this is going to list 0, 1, 2, 3. If I run it here, 0, 1, 2, 3. Thought I'd just share this little project I made. So basically what it does is it's just a little program to show a username, and it saves it to a text document. So once we run it, it will make, as you can see here, it makes a name and a password.txt, and we'll run it again once those files are done. So there's no username in the text file at the moment, but it says, do you want to enter the program? Yep. Do you want to change the username? Yes, we'll change it. And we'll go blah and enter the password. What's the password, I wonder? What is the password? Let's enter the wrong password and incorrect password. But if we run it again, watch this. The username is saved. And if I open the text file, look at that. It's in the text file as well. Just a little bit of code I came up with. Uses some functions. I was just testing out different functions, and it uses the OS import.